after sunset, cold rain dripping from my coat. The instant where the road grew narrow, a lantern swaying in the smoke. The keeper welcomed every stranger, same warm smile for every face. Nothing seemed remotely unusual, nothing felt out of place. The beer was strong, the beds were clean, the kind of place you've always seen. Until I asked a simple question. Everyone remembered the smile, nobody remembered the man. Every story ended the same way, every answer slipped through their hands. Everyone remembered the smile, clear as the day they were born. Yet nobody knew where he came from, or how long he'd been there before. At breakfast I spoke with the blacksmith, an old woman and a priest. I asked how long the keeper owned the inn. The room fell quiet for a beat. The blacksmith stared into his coffee. The priest forgot what he would say. The old woman crossed herself twice, then changed the subject straight away. The walls were old, the floorboards worn. The inn had stood there for decades more. Yet every trail dissolved before it. Everyone remembered the smile, nobody remembered the man. Every story ended the same way, every answer slipped through their hands. Everyone remembered the smile, clear as the day they were born. Yet nobody knew where he came from, or how long he'd been there before. That night I stayed awake and watched the lantern burn. The hours passed, the keeper stood behind the counter, motionless, for hours, watching nothing, watching everything. Then just before the break of dawn, he smiled again, exactly the same. was gone before we noticed. The forest knew our names somehow, and the cabin waited for us. Where the reeds grow crooked, a lonely cabin stood alone. The roof sagged low beneath the seasons, yet no one dared to call it gone. The chimney smoked through every winter, the garden somehow still survived, and every year the wood grew older, though nobody arrived. The windows faced the morning, the windows faced the sun. So why did nobody inside remember either one? This is the cabin that waited for us, the cabin that misplaced dawn. The clock still moves, the years still pass, but daylight never comes. This is the cabin that waited for us, and nobody knows why. The fields outside are bright and golden, the shadows never leave inside. An old man sat beside the fireplace. He swore he'd only stayed 1 week. His beard had reached the floorboards, his voice had grown too weak to speak. A woman hummed beside the window, watching birds she couldn't see. She asked me if the sun still existed, then laughed uncomfortably. The windows face the morning, the windows face the sun. So why did nobody inside remember either one? This is the cabin that waited for us, the cabin that misplaced dawn. The clock still moves, the years still pass, but daylight never comes. Night. The sky above the marsh was brilliant, the world was full of light. Yet something watched from the doorway, a thought I could not shake. For just a second I could swear the cabin looked disappointed when I escaped. This is the cabin that waited for us, still standing in the rain. And every year it seems a little larger, though nobody remains. This is the cabin that waited for us, the cabin that misplaced dawn. Some say it waits for new visitors whenever someone is gone. returned. The forest claimed we had never come, and the cabin still waited. The first song came from the forest. The second came from the village. Nobody agrees who sang first. Nobody noticed. The sound was faint beyond the trees. A distant choir in the darkness carried softly on the breeze. The children slept inside their houses, tucked away and safe in bed. At least that's what their parents told us. At least that's what everybody said. The song returned the following evening, closer than before. No words we knew, no melody remembered, yet somehow familiar. The children started singing first, long before the forest answered,
long before the shadows gathered,
long before the dogs refused to bark. The children started singing first.
Every voice exactly right.
Every voice exactly theirs.
Rising gently
through the dark. The mothers checked the rooms repeatedly. The fathers locked every door. The children slept beneath their blankets, just as they had done before. Yet from the forest came the singing, growing clearer every night. And every parent swore the voices belonged to those asleep inside. Some blamed spirits, some blamed witches, some blamed fear itself. Nobody blame the children, not yet.
the children started singing first,
Long before the forest answered,
long before the shadows gathered,
long before the dogs refused to bark. The children started singing first.
every voice exactly right.
Every voice exactly theirs.
Rising gently
Through the dark. One boy woke before the others, walked outside beneath the moon. They found his footprints in the morning, leading deep between the pines. The tracks stopped suddenly, as though he had simply continued without needing the ground anymore. Still the the song.
The village remembers the fear.
Nobody remembers the children.
No bells rang above the chapel. No priest ever served within. Yet every road eventually led there. final page remains unfinished.
The bells began before the sunrise, soft and distant through the mist. Nobody stopped to question them. Nobody thought they should. The bells rang every morning. The bells rang every night. The bells had always been there, or so the village claimed. And then a traveler asked, I reached the village in late autumn, rain still hanging in the air. The roads were lined with twisted fences and weathered houses standing there. The bells rang somewhere beyond the valley, slow and steady through the rain. No one looked toward the sound as though hearing them was ordinary. The baker counted every morning. The blacksmith closed his shop at 10. The children ran home after sunset when the bells were heard again. The villagers spoke of many things, of harvest storms and distant wars. Yet every time I asked about the bells, they simply changed the subject. I asked where stood the bell tower. Nobody seemed to know. Someone had been ringing the bells, morning after morning, night after night, year after year. Someone had been ringing the bells across the fields beyond the mist, somewhere out of sight. I searched the hills beyond the village. I walked the forests and the streams. I followed every distant echo toward the source of what I'd heard. There were no towers in the valley, no ruined churches left behind, no ropes, no bells, no hidden structures, nothing of any kind. An old man laughed beside the tavern and pointed toward the empty sky. Then quietly he asked a question that still follows me tonight. If there are no bells to ring, he smiled into his drink.
Why do you hear them too?
The bells rang softly through the darkness, closer than before. Someone had been ringing the bells, morning after morning, night after night, year after year. Someone had been ringing the bells across the fields beyond the mist, somewhere out of sight. The sound grew louder every evening. The distance slowly disappeared. One night I woke before the sunrise and heard them just outside. I opened up the window, the village still asleep. The bells were ringing somewhere along the empty street. No tower cast a shadow, no bell rope moved at all. Yet at every house, stood listening as though waiting for the call. The sound passed through the village, then vanished with the dawn, leaving every door unopened and every lantern burning on. By morning I had packed my things and left without goodbye. Someone had been ringing the bells long before I came, long before the oldest stories, long before remembered names. Someone had been ringing the bells, though no tower touched the sky, no tower touched the sky, though no bell was ever found, though every search ran dry. Someone had been ringing the bells, the villagers still swear it's true, and every traveler hears them sooner or later, just like I did too. Someone had been ringing the bells, or so I used to say, until the bells began to follow me further every day. The bells still ring beyond the valley, the road still winds beyond the trees. The tower never existed, the bell ringer was never found, yet someone is still ringing the bells. The bells. Nobody walked the streets at midnight. Nobody stood beneath the sky. Windows dark and shutters fastened, every lantern kept inside. The children learn the rule by heart before they learn to write their names. The village feared no storm nor famine, only what came after the bells. I reached the village before nightfall. Fog rolled low across the fields. Every curtain closed at sunset, every pathway slowly cleared. No smoke The tower should have fallen silent. The hand should not have moved again. The clock should never have continued beyond the laws of gods and men.
Yet every gear kept turning faster. Every shadow stretched and bent.
And somewhere beyond the village,
something heard the bell and went.
The air grew heavy. The fog stood still. The gate was waiting beyond the hill. Tradesem.
Stood open.
The 13th bell.
The fog moved in.
After the 13th bell,
the lights appeared.
Beyond the fields,
beyond the wind.
After the 13th bell,
I heard them calling.
After the 13th bell, they knew my name. After the 13th bell,
the road was gone,
and nothing looked the same. After the 13th bell,
the village watched,
but none would speak. After the 13th bell,
the old laws broke.
the strong grew weak. The tower still stands above the valley.
The gear still turned beneath the stone.
The villagers still lock their doors.
When midnight starts to sound,
And somewhere far beyond the fields, the gate is waiting to be found. The teddy sat upon the altar, no dust upon its faded fur. No one knew who brought it there. No one spoke of it at all. The chapel kept forgotten names carved into the ancient stone. Some grew faint and disappeared. Others seemed to write their own. The teddy watched from where it sat, button eyes forever still. Children crossed themselves in silence, passing by the northern hill. I asked the keeper of the records who the toy had once belonged to. He stared at me with empty eyes and claimed he never noticed it. Forgotten but still there, waiting where the lost things stay. Forgotten but still there, watching years just fade away. Forgotten but still there, long after the names are gone. Forgotten but still there, when everything moves on. witch tales he left before the evening bells. Certain all the stories failed. By morning no one spoke his name. His room stood empty at the inn. Only I remembered meeting him. Only I remembered him. 3 days later in the chapel, upon the altar near the wall, the teddy sat exactly where it always had before. They tried the river, they tried the fire, they buried it beneath the stones. They locked it deep beneath the chapel, far below the catacombs. Yet every time the morning came, the toy returned without a mark, patient as the passing seasons, silent in the dark. Nobody looked into the mirror twice. Nobody asked what happened then. The rule was older than the village, and older than remembered men. Above a table carved with names, its silver frame was black with age, its glass untouched by dust or stains. I saw myself reflected there, exactly as I knew I should. A tired traveler on the road, nothing strange and nothing good. Upon the wall behind the mirror, someone scratched a warning line. Look once and leave. The words were faded, so I looked a second time. The warning should have stopped me. The village should have known. Some rules survive for reasons better left alone. Nobody looked into the mirror twice. Nobody wanted to know. Nobody looked into the mirror twice. Yet everybody knew something stayed behind. Something remained. Something was lost and never returned. The days that followed felt familiar, yet somehow slightly out of place. Old memories became uncertain, names seemed harder to retrace. Songs I knew since childhood faded, faces blurred within my mind. Every morning felt the same, as if I left myself behind. Then one evening in the mirror, I noticed something strange at last. The man inside still looked unchanged, while I had aged since we had passed. I thought the rule was foolish. I thought the fear was wrong. Then I saw what stayed behind me, watching all along. Nobody looked into the mirror twice. Nobody wanted to know. Nobody looked into the mirror twice. Yet everybody knew something stayed behind. Something remained. Something was lost and never returned. I raised my hand. He raised his hand. I turned away. He did not move. I stepped back. He watched me leave. And somehow I knew the mirror kept what I had lost. The mirror kept what I had been. The mirror kept something of mine and would not give it back again. Nobody looked into the mirror twice. Nobody needed a reason why. Nobody looked into the mirror twice, and neither should have I. Something stayed behind. Something remained. Something was lost and never returned. Something still waits beyond the glass, wearing my face as the years pass. Nobody looked into the mirror twice. Now I finally understand. The mirror still hangs in that quiet room. The warning still scars the wall. And every time I pass a mirror now, I never look twice at all. cross first. That was all they ever said. The bridge was older than the river, stone worn smooth by countless years. Travelers crossed it every morning without suspicion, doubt or fear. I laughed when I first heard the warning, another tale for restless minds. Until the evening sunlight stretched my shadow far beyond my sight. I stopped halfway across the bridge and watched the water running black. The shadow standing there before me turned and slowly looked back.
I told myself the light was fading.
I told myself I'd seen it wrong.
Yet something cold remained beside me.
Long after the moment was gone, something crossed the bridge first. Something wearing my shade. Something crossed the bridge first before I reached the other side. Something crossed the bridge first, and when it turned to look at me, I knew it had already seen a future I would never choose. For days I tried to forget the moment and carried on the road ahead. Yet every night I saw the same thing waiting just beyond my bed. Not a monster, not a stranger, not a ghost from distant years. Only my own shadow standing as if it already lived there.
Then one night it showed me something, only once and nothing more. A glimpse of what was waiting for me somewhere further down the road. I never spoke about the vision.
I never told a single soul.
Some futures become stronger
the moment they are told. Something crossed the bridge first. Something wearing my shade. Something crossed the bridge first before I reached the other side. Something crossed the bridge first, and when it turned to look at me, I knew it had already seen a future I would never choose. The days grew shorter, the road grew narrow, the vision followed everywhere. I never saw it clearly, yet somehow knew that it was there.
Behind each choice, behind each turning, behind each door I passed along,
Waiting with impossible patience, certain it would not be wrong. The forest, the future finally came.
not as terror, not as violence,
Simply, exactly as displayed. Something crossed the bridge first. Something where
shadow cross first.
At the ending of the day.
Call into the well at night. That was all they ever said. Nobody explained why. Stood in the village square, older than the oldest stone, watching every season pass. Travelers stopped beside its edge, villagers crossed themselves nearby and hurried on their way. I asked what they were hiding, nobody answered me. The village held its silence, as if the well could hear. The well knew a name I'd never heard. The well knew a name and whispered it below. The well knew a name, carried through the dark. The well knew a name and left it in my thoughts. That night I stood beside the water, moonlight resting on the black, listening to the silence. I called into the empty depth and waited for an echo back. Instead, I heard a name. I asked the village next morning. Nobody knew that name, but every face went pale when I spoke it aloud. The well knew a name I'd never heard. The well knew a name and whispered it below. The well knew a name, carried through the dark. The well knew a name and left it in my thoughts. Elsewhere, the name became a memory. Sometimes I thought I heard it, carried by the autumn wind, then fading once again, until one day a stranger spoke that forgotten name aloud, and everything returned. The world knew a name long before I understood. The world knew a name before the years revealed it. The world knew a name waiting somewhere down the road. The world knew a name before I reached that place. The world knew a name before fate wore its face. The world knew a name before it belonged to me. The world knew a name long before that distant day. The world knew a name, I never got it wrong. The world still waits beneath the moon, silent in the village square, still knowing names to come. The gallows stood beyond the fields, empty as it always was. Disappearance, no one searched beyond the woods. No one spoke of it for long. 3 days later, near the crossroads, fresh mud marked the ground below. Though the weather had been dry, looked worn where none had touched it. The beam bore marks that were not there. Yet the gallows still stood empty. Nobody asked about the gallows. Nobody wanted the answer. Never stood alone, though nothing hung beneath the rope. The gallows never stood alone. The gallows never
the silent air, yet something felt unfinished. At dawn I left the village road and never asked another question. The gallows had enough. The gallows never stood alone, though nobody was ever seen. The gallows never stood alone. The gallows never stood alone, though every story ended there. The gallows never stood alone. The gallows never stood alone, though every rope remained unused. The gallows never stood alone. The gallows never stood alone, yet every lost left something new. The gallows never stood alone. The gallows never stood alone, and every mark remained behind. The gallows never stood alone. The village knew and stayed silent. The gallows still stand beyond the fields, empty beneath the moonlit sky, and never truly alone.
Beyond the village stands a building where the answers are sleeping.
Every bell that rang unanswered, every shadow crossing fast, every name the well remembered,
Every mirror left abandoned, every child that sang at dusk, every path the maps forgot.
somewhere deep beyond the shelves, every story waits intact.
Every question keeps its place,
Yet no traveler brings them home.
no villager returns with proof. Only rumors leave the door.
The lights still burn at midnight,
Though nobody tends the flame,
some say all truths are
They simply vanished.
Others watched from distant hills,
waiting for some sign to come.
yet nothing
Ever changed. Only books kept growing older. Only shelves kept growing full. Only silence remained.
the lights still burn at midnight.
Though nobody tends the flame,
Some say all truths are written there.
none have ever read a page.
The bells still ring
Unanswered, the shadows still walk ahead.
The well still keeps its secrets.
The gallows still remain, and somewhere past the last lantern,
The answers are sleeping.
they say an archivist remains there, older than the oldest books, yet nobody recalls his face.
If he leaves, he disappears.
If you enter, you are lost.
So the distance remains. The roads still lead toward the archive,
Yet nobody walks them twice.
and nobody returns.
Perhaps the truth is waiting there,
Patient beneath dust and paper.
beyond the reach of all.
The bells still ring
Unanswered, the shadows still walk ahead.
The well
Still keeps its secrets. The gallows still remain.
The maps still lose the village.
The mirrors keep their lies.
The children still sing softly.
Beyond the edge of night, and somewhere past the last lantern,
The answers are sleeping.